Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs, and I have a kind of fun little video here. I have been trying to finish up my boho gypsy journal. At the same time, I'm trying to clean up my craft room, and doing that, I realize I have a lot of stuff, and I have a lot of stuff that I don't use and I should use, but I just forget about it. I don't use it. And I kind of wonder if a lot of other people are like that. And one of the things that I seriously underutilize is my die cuts that I have, just because I have a lot and I don't use them. I just thought that I would do this video today just on some of them, on what we could use them for, and ways that we could embellish our pages with these die cuts. Of course, you can do tags and things too, and I'm not really going to go into the tags today, just because I'm trying to keep it reasonably short. The big thing with this is I use a lot of scraps, and I use a lot of paper that I don't necessarily like, and it works really well for that, because you know, you're basically going through your scraps. You know, you don't necessarily have to have white paper. You could just use the back of a paper. You don't, now I like this, but just for instance, if you needed white, you could just use this, okay? You don't have to have, you know, the perfect color paper, and you can always change it up too. So anyway, you can also do a lot of embossing and do a lot of things with that. I'm not going to kind of go over that today, because I think we're just going to kind of keep it. I figured out on my videos, part of the issue with them being as long as they are is I'm trying to cover too much material in a relatively short period of time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and keep it to a shorter or a smaller list of, you know, topics. Okay, so first off, what I want to show you is you can do, I mean, these are kind of the basic things I think that everyone knows. This is a die that I bought. I guess I have it up here. I'll show it to you. And I got this off the, I don't know, it's called Stitch Slots Pocket Set. And Maddie's Crafting Joy. And this is basically a pocket that you can add. It has slots in it, kind of a take on the Tim Holtz, okay? And you can take that. Oh, let's see if I have a page I can put that on. Oh, it could go good here. All right, and it is a pocketed die. So this can help you if you're trying to, and you know, I think a lot of people have seen the Tim Holtz one. I don't know where I put mine. I had it out a little while ago. But for instance, this would go on there like that. Where's my phone folder? I don't know where all my stuff is. I've been pulling stuff out all over the place. All right. And this has the little flaps, okay? So this gives you some room. Now, of course, you don't need this to do this, but I'm just showing it to you as an example. As I'm doing this, okay? And I'm going to ink all of these up. Okay, so I folded them all over. Now you could put this on there just like that, but it also comes with these really cool, another piece that you can make another piece to go on there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on 2, okay? So, anyway, I'm going to ink this up. You know, I might actually get my... I don't know if you guys have tried to get vintage photo, guys, but it is, like, impossible to find. And I'm having it, you know, I did find some, but I don't even want to talk about the price that I paid. That just shows you how desperate, okay? So if you're looking for it, you better, if you see it, get it, because I don't know what the deal is with that. If you guys know, let me know, because I don't even know. I'm going to have to find an alternative. I do use the, what is it called? The Walnut Stain a lot more than I thought I would, because I was like, I actually like it, especially when you're using, you know, have dark papers. It shows up really, really well. And I know people use that soot one. I need to get that. Boy, I'm telling you, and twigs or something. Y'all let me know if you have an alternative, because I don't even want to talk about what I paid. I just don't. It's disturbing. I mean, really. But I did because I was desperate, but it's just something's going on. So anyway, and I looked in a lot of different places, so most of them I couldn't get it at all, but so I ended up on Amazon off a buyer, but it was ridiculous. Let's just say it was 3 times the normal price, which is ridiculous to pay. Okay, so on this, I'm going to go ahead, and I can put that in there. What I think I may do is, I don't know if I want to do double slots. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it that way, and then if I don't want it that way, I can always change it up later. So I'm going to do that. And guys, this isn't really a tutorial. It's just kind of craft along with me, but I'm showing you what I'm doing, and this may be new to some people. So, because I will tell you that decorating my pages can really stump me. I mean, I could make covers all day long. I've heard people say, oh, the covers are the hardest part. I don't know, not for me, but boy. And what it is I think my brain goes off in so many different directions that I'm trying to make it look cohesive, but I really have a hard time concentrating, you know. So I'm kind of honing myself in. I'm like, okay, so today I'm going to do this. And then, so I'm making this a double, triple. Well, I mean, it's going to be a triple, but these little things will have slots in there too. So, okay, so I'm doing that. I'm leaving that one blank. I'm going to put something in there later. I don't know what. Well, I kind of do. I'm thinking my brain is moving. Okay, I think, yeah, that's right. I knew there were, but wait, is one upside down? Oh, they're going both ways. Huh, okay. All right, well, that kind of was messing with my head there. Okay, so I think I'm going to put that kind of low, because when you put your tag in it or whatever, you don't want it to, you know, you want to have room. So I'm going to put it kind of low. So I like the colors. I think it goes good with that. Ugh, this thing is just dripping. I don't like the dripping. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And I have no idea what tags I'm going to put in this yet. I still have to make a bunch of them because I haven't gotten to that point. Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right. I get involved in putting stuff away in my craft room, and it's just like, you know, but I just sitting there thinking, I have all these things and I need to use them. And I think a lot of people that are new to junk journaling maybe have done other paper crafts and they have the same kind of stuff. And you know what? We need to start using it more. All right. Why is it looking so crooked to me? Because it is crooked. There we go. All right. And I didn't do the bottom. I'm going to take that off real quick. Yeah, you got to do the bottom on this one and that one. Otherwise, you don't have a pocket. Or I guess you could just tuck it in all the way. No, I don't want to do that. Or do I want to do that? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it that way. You can have it go all the way down, or you can have it stop here where I'm doing, oh my goodness. That went way up too high. I got a big old string over there. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. I'll try one more time. All right, so anyway, I'm going to have it stop right there. So you could have the tag go all the way down to the bottom. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it where I put a lot of smaller pieces in there, I think. We'll see. I may regret that, but that's how I did it. And so there we go. We've already done one thing, and it's decorated. And of course, we could do more to that. But honestly, guys, I am trying so hard to not over bulk this thing, because it's already pretty bulky, and whew, we got issues. Okay, so let's just say we want to do something with this. I wanted to show you that part of the other thing that you can do, let's see if I can, where did I do with that container again? I need to keep this closer to me. Which die cut was that? Get that out. Where did we go? Okay. That one. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is, move these aside. I love this, how it looks and everything, but I want to add more to it, and I'm going to do a few things, okay? First off, I have a die cut that I love, 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 and this is, it's a Thinlits, again, Sizzix, and here you can see that, and it has these little, they're just basically like lace, really, okay? That's what they are. There's different kinds. And this can be used, I mean, obviously the same way you would a doily. But on this, though, you can have a straight edge here. And if you don't want to put lace on all of your pages, and you don't want it overly bulky, you can do that. So I have this white that I cut out, and it cuts out like this. Okay, where'd the other piece go that was like that? And you know, this is obviously wouldn't be long enough to go all the way, although you don't have to put it all the way down. You could just put it in pieces, you know, which actually might be better. Let's see, is that the same one? So you could take this, all right, and I did not get all my little pieces out of that, which I'm really bad at, but oh well. You guys, I just get in a hurry and I don't pay attention, and anyway. And guys, I really do use a lot of my scraps, and I encourage you to, that's one reason why I do this, is there are usually, when I do this, I will just have a big pile of scraps, and I will just start running them through. Like I said, I do have an electronic one, so it does help to do that, because you know, after a while it gets kind of tiring cranking, but you don't have to have that. And I will just take my scraps, not knowing what I'm going to use them for, not having no clue, and then I have a big pile of them, and then I have them. So all right, so let's just say we want to do that and just make some lace on the end, or maybe we want to put it down here. See, that's kind of pretty. Right, guys? I think it looks good there. Or it could be there. I think I'm going to put it on top because this is not super thick paper and I don't want it to be too fragile. So I think I'm going to put it on top. Okay. And let me get my glue stick out. I know one of these is not a good one, but anyway. Oh, that's probably it. What I like about using this is that it's not going to add a lot of bulk. And I mean, as much as I love putting lace on everything, I do know that it does add a lot of bulk. Okay, so we're going to take, I'm just going to kind of center it. All right. Oh, I was going to ink that. Well, I'll just do it after. It'll be fine. Okay, and I'm going to do that on the bottom. I'm not, well, actually, I have another idea on the bottom. Where did that go? Let's see if I can, if that would look good. I don't know. I was thinking down here that I could put a little bit of vellum. Let me ink that up a little bit and then see how it turns out. It's a little bit too new for me. And cut that. Okay, so I like how that looks, but I'm thinking I want to do something else. I don't want to cover that up. Wonder if I could put this on the bottom and make it a pocket. Ooh, that'd be pretty, wouldn't it? Okay, so this is another die cut. And I don't know where I got this one. Let me see. I think it's an Anna Griffin one, but I'm not positive. Let me see if I can... What did I do with that container? I don't know. This is one I do not know. The ones I do know, I'm kind of keeping out. But I honestly, guys, my thing for me is that I really did not pay a whole lot of attention to keeping packaging or where I got things from because I wasn't doing, you know, YouTube videos. So I'm guessing where I got these. I may not be, you know... Put that there and make it a pocket. It's strong enough to be a pocket. See, it's got the little fold right there. So I could make that just a little tuck. Not really a pocket, but like a tuck. That would be cute. But I think I'm going to put some... Where'd my other paper go? I'll just use the back of this. Oh gosh, I put too much. Way too much. Oh well. I'll deal with that in a minute. I wanted to darken that up, but I used the wrong one. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and fix it. I'm going to fix it. Because you're going to see in a minute what I do. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this, and I am going to take... Oh, I'm going to get that over here. Hopefully I won't spill everything while I'm doing this. All right, I am going to take some of my good old gilding Gold Rush metallic luster that I keep telling you guys is so dry. It is really dry. I just have to get to the point where I figure out, oh, my light is moving, that I, you know, do something because I really, get some water over here. I'm gonna just have to probably buy another one. I hate to because the stuff lasts forever. It's just, I'm sure I left the top off too long. So see where I overdid it? It's not going to matter because I'm going to just overdo it with the gold, right? Okay, so I'm just going to take that. Now, mind you guys, this is kind of an over-the-top journal, so, you know, it's not a little bit of gold here and there kind of makes it all work, okay? Otherwise, it's not going to look right. Even though some of these pages, see, I had a really hard time with this journal because some of the pages are not, you know, that way. But then I kind of really came to grips with it and decided that's okay. I think it's still going to turn out all right. We'll find out, you know. We will find out. It's very eclectic. Let me put it that way. And if you don't like color, this is not for you. That's for sure. Anyway. Because it's a little bit more watery, you know, because I'm doing this with my finger, it doesn't work as good as it did when I first got it. So I may just break down and buy more, but God, I hate to. Ugh. I have so much stuff and I spend so much on craft supplies that I really don't like to, you know, keep buying things that I already have that are still good, but obviously not, you know, great shape. Okay, oh yeah, I was going to put a little on top to make it kind of blend in. Okay, so I'm just going to take that a little bit over the top. Okay. I'm going to take it a little bit over my doily because I did put a little bit too much brown on that too. And there we go. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. So that kind of is in keeping with what I'm doing. Of course, my fingers are always, I don't even know how I finally got all the stuff off of my hands from about a day ago. And of course, I'm starting all over again. What did I just draw? Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take that and I'm just going to put it on the bottom. Now, I could put some vellum or something behind it, but honestly, I think that'll be strong enough. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see. I'll move that over for a second. I know I have some vellum right under here, so I might just grab it. Oh, get this big pile of stuff off of here. I have a stack of papers that I may or may not use, so I'm like, well, maybe, maybe not. Okay, move those up here. Okay. This is my stack I just keep on my desk that I have all my, but see, it's just starting to overflow, so I've got to do something with it. I thought I had some vellum in here that would work. What color? We have pink. Maybe that pink would look cool. I'll try that. Maybe that. Okay. Put that up there again. Oh gosh. It's really hard for me when I'm doing my videos, guys. You have to realize I'm trying to keep everything within reach. Something went crashing. Okay. So, oh yeah, that'll be perfect. Okay. So, I am going to just take this and go ahead and glue it on the back. And then that way it will, I can get it to, oh, see, I already left that top off too long. I'm really bad about that on my glue stick. Always leaving the top off. Really bad. So I'm just going to take that and do that. Ugh. But anyway, I think I just, so anyway, I'm going to do that and go ahead and just going to put that on. There's probably a few more spots I could put some extra glue. Right? All right. All right. so go ahead and cut that out. Where's my little fussy cut scissors? I think those work better. Okay, stay down. And all the vellum it's going to do, well, it puts color in there, but it also is great for reinforcing stuff like this if you want it to be a little stiffer, you know, because you're trying to put stuff in it as a pocket. So this really works great for that. I mean, that's kind of something that I finally figured out. And I think I bought just some different colors, you know, because at first, you know, I wasn't doing any kind of colors. And I realized that the colors are cool because you can really add a little character to your project. I am not fussy cutting this good, but you guys would take your time. You know, I always tell you, take your time. Don't do it like I'm doing it. You know, I'm trying to do it in a video, so. All right, let me put that back up there. I have to deal with my little avalanche over there later. What I do is I end up piling all the stuff at the end of my desk, and I have this little stackable deal, and it's just, you know. All right, so I am going to put this here. See, doesn't that look good? I think that looks good, right? And I'll just center it on there. I wonder if that's enough for it to, let me get my bone folder. That doesn't look straight at all. If that's going to be enough of a ledge to hold it in there securely. I probably should have, what I could have done is put this higher up on the vellum, you know, and then use the vellum as the actual, you know, a little bit, you know, longer down, and then folded it to, you know, to at least about here, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, I am going to use, where did my other glue go? I don't want to use my glue stick for that. Where did my other, okay. Put this over here. I don't know how far it's going to need to go down, but I'm going to just kind of guess. And I'm going to try not to get it on the upper part because that'll kind of defeat my purpose. And the sides, I don't know yet, so we'll see. Just going to put that, kind of center it if I can. Put that over there. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and go just right here, just right here. Get that down again. All right, I don't want that part to stick, so I get that off of there. All right, so we're gonna go like that. And that gives us a nice little tuck spot or pocket, whatever. I don't know, I think it's probably, I would call it pocket. All right, let me get that in there good. It's sticking down. Right. Right, let me cut that. Cut my page. Okay, so there we go. So that's kind of cute. I think that turned out good. Right, number 2, let's put that over a side over here. Where did my top go? Here we go. move that over there. Okay, so now maybe, so we've used our little lace, and then we've used our bigger lace piece. I have, let me move those out of their way. Another thing that I like to do is, I love to use my die cuts. Let me see if I can find the other white one like that. My die cuts as stencils, okay? And that is a cool way to use them. You can actually use the die cut itself, or you can cut out a piece, okay? This is what, where did that stencil go? I had that pile somewhere. Okay, what did I do with that? I put it in a place so that y'all could see them, but now I don't know where I put them. Okay. They're close by. I know they are. What did I do with it? Okay, guys. I'm going to have to stop it again so I can figure out where I put it. Okay, they were right in front of me. So anyway, I had them right here in front of me just so I could show you. Okay, so this is these dies right here. And I did get those off Amazon, but you can get them in any craft store, you know, which might be better. I just didn't want to, I'm trying not to go out if I can help it. So that's kind of my thing lately. So, okay, so if you want to, you can use it as a stencil. I don't always do that. Sometimes I just cut it out and glue it right on there, okay? Let me see. Which was the one I was going to use as a stencil? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is a harlequin pattern. For some reason, I cannot find... I have a stencil that's a harlequin pattern, but I don't know where I put it. I cannot find it. So, if I wanted to do this, what I could do is, let's see which color. Got a little bit of pink in there. I actually think I'm going to do a little bit of the silver. I think I'm going to do silver. Okay, so I'm taking my silver out, and it's, of course, dry too. And I'm going to go ahead and take that and maybe get my little palette knife and mix it up a little bit. That way I can get more off of there that's not so dry. And of course you could use a brush if you wanted to, but I am going to just take this with my finger. And like I said, you could use a brush. Might actually work better. I don't know. Usually this is in a paste form, so it works better than this. So, but because it's dried out, now I don't want to move that. Let me get that. See if I can get, well, I did have to move it, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. See if I can get it back on there. Okay. There we go. That's not too bad. Anyway, I'm just going to stipple it on there. Normally it's pretty creamy and you can easily do it with your hands, but, and I actually wanted that more over in the corner, so I'm going to have to move it over. So that's what we got there. I want a little bit more up here. So let's see, that is going to have to go here. Match it to that. Okay, so that decorates your page just like that, and you're not really adding any bulk to your page at all. So that's kind of cool. But what's really cool is you can take that same piece that you were just working on and add a little bit more color to it. Go like that. Okay. And you can take it, and I am going to do the same thing with that as I did the other one. Am I going to use the pink? Maybe I will. Since I have it handy, I'll get it out. I do want to take a little bit of this darker color, and I'm going to go just a tiny bit with that, just so it looks a little bit more. What is that page I was using before? There we go, just a little bit. And that one is really still okay as far as a paste goes. I could do that just to kind of make it look a little more antique-y. Okay. I really should have done it to the top, so now I still can do it, but it's going to be harder because what I'm going to have to do, if I can find it, is I have a little teeny tiny brush like this, and I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to take just a few spots here and there, just kind of stipple it, but it would have been smarter to do it while I had it on there. But you know, a lot of it, guys, is it's not that that's not the easier way to do it. It's just that I don't think of it at the time, and I don't plan these things. It's just kind of on the fly. When I'm doing this stuff, I know kind of what I want to do, but I haven't done it ahead of time, so I don't always know how I want it or how I want it to look until I'm there. That's really all I can tell you. But the way to do this probably would have been, you know, to just take it and just do it with when you have your pattern on there, okay? This probably needs a little bit more, just a little. So I'm just gonna kind of smudge it in there, just to kind of give it a little oomph. I don't know how to explain it, but okay, so there we go with that. And of course, I'm probably still going to ink things because, you know, that's what we do. Use the darker color this time. And I'll go ahead and ink that. And, you know, all I'm trying to do is give people some alternative ways to decorate their pages and not necessarily, you know, add a lot of bulk or anything like that. Just make it easy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this whole square even though I don't need it all. Well, actually, I might cut it first. Okay. I'm going to go kind of like that, and kind of like that. I have to leave enough on there so that I can connect this. So, all right. So now what I'm going to do, let me move that all aside for a second, is take my put on top glue stick again. Okay. I saw, who did I see do this? Artie Mays. And I thought, oh my God, that solves so many problems. When you have fine little things like this and doilies, and you're sitting there trying to put your glue on the back and whatever, oh my, this works so well. And I really do like my glue stick, and it works well, so I feel confident in using glue stick because of that. You know, because a lot of times the cheaper glue sticks just don't work well, so you can't trust your glue stick's gonna work. Okay, I am gonna do it like that, even though I know it's kind of crooked. Oh, there we go. So what that does, this is actually pretty thin paper, and I wasn't going to use it, but if you reinforce it with the vellum, you can use just about any, you know, paper, because a doily, anything. And okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. And you could tear it too, you don't have to cut it. And if you wanted to, you could put another pocket behind it. corner tuck. I'm going to just do this. You know, I just can't add that much to this just because it's, you know, it's going to get bulky, but okay, so I'm going to put this right here. Go ahead and ink it up. And you know, I'm doing this quickly, but I'm sure you guys can think of a lot of different ways to do this and use these. But all I'm saying is get out your stuff that you probably already have, okay, and use it. I mean, because honestly, guys, I don't think we're using our stuff enough. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there, and that makes a nice little tuck spot. So we've done another page. So this is going pretty quick. Now, granted, I have not put the tags in, but I'm probably just going to make a mess of them and then see where they fit. I always make extra, and then I have them on hand, and then, you know, if I do another journal like this, then I'll have them, but I don't. And part of it is, what I have, the hardest part of doing a junk journal, and I know a lot of people are going to say sew in the signatures. It's not. Once you've done it a few times, it is not really that hard. The hardest part is getting all your stuff out to make stuff and then putting it away. So the getting it out and putting it away. So I guess putting it away is the hardest part. So if I'm going to have to do all that, I want to make it worth my while. If I got to, because I take a bunch of stuff out to do things, and if I have to put it all away, you know what? It is going to be worth my while. So I always make extra. Excuse me. All right. So there we go. That is number 2. All right. I think that turned out kind of cool. So we have that part there, and then this down here. So we've got that one. Got lots of stuff to show you. Okay. This one. All right. I have, and now I know where it is. I don't have to turn the camera off. I mean, it's right in front of me. I'm like, what? I put them here for a reason so that I could show you. Like, but then I forgot where I put them. Okay. So this is what I'm going to use for this. And you wouldn't think to necessarily use these on this journal because they're kind of naturey, but I want to show you a different way. I'm also going to use some of these. I like these big flowers, but I like having little ones too. And I have some more like this too, but I don't know where they are. I'll have to go look. They're somewhere. In any case, let me move my pile over here. Move this out of the way. I'm going to have to sort through them. Okay, so I cut these out, and I just wanted to show you that you can take these in a pattern paper and do just about anything. It looks really cool. You may not even like that piece of paper. Look how it looks on the other end. Isn't that pretty? You know, so this is paper that I think was my ugly paper, and this is a piece that came out of it, and I actually got it to use the white side, but then I turned it over and I went, that's actually kind of cool on that side too, right? On this particular one, and now I did some that are a little sparkly, okay? Just to show you, I'm just going to show you different ones just so you can see that doing them on pattern paper is really a fun way to use these. They don't have to be, let's see if I have another cool pattern. I'll try that one. You know, they don't have to be done on just, let me see if I got something different. Here we go. Just on, you know, solid color paper. And they look really neat, okay? So that's something to consider, all right? I might use that one. And I might use use that one. That one's a little bit too much, if there is such a thing. And maybe that thin one. Well, I could use that if I use a little of it. My thing, guys, is that, here, I could use the other side. Look at that, I want to show you this. The other side of the paper is not super bright, and that might actually go better. Okay. That's all white. And here's some of the smaller ones that I did. Same idea. You can just take all these and, you know, just play with them. And this was a really, really weird pattern paper, and I think it turned out really cool. Okay. So I don't know which side I want to do these on. I can't, it's just really hard for me. Oh boy. I actually like both sides. I really do. This just that side. you can do something like that and it decorates your page. It's not going to add a lot of bulk. So there's another thing that we can do with our die cuts. I have got to get some of this off my hands or I'm not going to be able to do anything. Okay, so one of the other things that I also do with these die cuts, these little flower ones, and if you want to, you can take those with your different inks. You can take them with your, you know, and the thing to remember is you can cut these out of ugly paper that you have. If you have some ugly paper, like this paper I did not like at all, just cut it out of that ugly paper, and then you can, let me take another one that I thought was really ugly. Just take a couple of them here. I'm going to show you real quick. Just real quick. Ugh. Get another back. I'm trying to use all this old paper that I have. That is another thing that I just decided I have to do. Okay, so if you want kind of a tie-dyed look on this, you could just take your distress crayons, or like I showed you the other day, I had those other ones that were off-brand that worked pretty good. And just kind of go like that and color them. Okay. Another color. Yuck. That did not look good. Okay. And now I'm going to take a little pink and put it in there and up there. All right. And then take your water. All right. And then, let's see, what did I do with my other brush? There we go. You can take it and just kind of smear it around. You can do it with your finger. I'm just doing it with the brush because I'm trying to keep my fingers halfway, not as messy as they have been. And you know, you can go back over it again if you want to. And you then have made a little tie-dyed type, you know, flower that you could use in your journal, okay? You know, let that dry. If you need to add more color, add more color. But you can do something like that, okay? Another thing you can do, I'll get one so you can actually see what I'm doing. You could take something like that, and of course you could use your distress inks the same way you use your crayons. Just put a little bit on here and there. Let me take, let's just take that, or maybe that, and then that. And then that. So you can take a little of your distress ink and basically do the same thing, okay? So you're going to take just a little of that, okay? Maybe, oop, I didn't mean to do that. And then a little of that. Okay. And maybe just a little of that. Okay, now you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but I always like to give it a shot of water so it blends. So then again, it'll all blend together, and let me take that off of there so you can see it. You've got this really cool tie-dye looking flower that you can use, and then obviously you can use this card too. Do that real quick because we don't want to let that go to waste. We may use it later, but that's a cool thing to do. Okay, so put that over here. is that? Up here. Okay. Wipe that up. Other thing that I like to do, let me see if I can find it. It's over here. Is take, I don't know if I have another page to put this on. I would have to go. Let me see if I can pull one out of here that will work. Okay, I don't have any in there. Maybe this one. I don't know if I have any other pages. All right, so let's just say, I mean, I love this picture and everything, but it's probably not what I'm going to leave on there. If I want to put, this is a die cut and this is a frame, this would work really well. Now, I didn't cut out the middle because I don't know for sure what's going to fit in there. But obviously, you could put that on there like that. That would be really pretty, okay? And I probably would ink that up a little bit. Let's see, what would I do with that? Maybe take, I think probably, let's just do our gold. And so I'm going to go ahead and ink this up a little bit just to kind of make it look even more, a little bit vintage. Okay. So then I could take that and put it right there, okay? And of course you could add more layers to it, put a picture in it, which is what I'm probably going to do. And on this I'm using, this is kind of a pretty thick paper, so I'm kind of just using my 3-in-1 just because I want to make sure I can get it down. Again, I'm doing it quickly, so you guys take your time. And then I would put that down. Okay. I think that's semi-straight. And there's another way that I've decorated a page with a die cut. And I could easily go in and add, and I will add other things to this. Make sure I get that down. Now on the other side, let me get that down. Okay. It's not wanting to stay down. On the other side, I could add, something else or whatever. I thought, here's another thing we could do. Okay, so remember we had our little trim that we did on the edges? Don't just do white. This was just a gold and white pattern, and look how cool that looks. And I'm just going to take that, I'll just use this, and I'm going to kind of, I'm using the wrong color. Oh well, I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyway, because I don't have my other one handy. Okay, and I'm just going to do that so it kind of goes with what we're doing here. Let's see, that will not stay down, will it? Okay, so I'm going to put this on the other side, just right here, okay, as a trim. And I don't even know, well, I don't even know if you really would have to do the whole thing. But you can do it as just as a trim instead of lace. You know what I do think I want to do though? I have an idea. Where did that paper go? I think I'd rather do it on this one. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I think I like that better. You could take that, and here I'm going to do it with my glue stick again. Yuck. All right. And this works really well. I think actually I'm not going to put it on the side. I think I'm going to put it on the bottom. You could just do that. Of course, you can add whatever it is you want in the middle. But you're taking this to another level just by adding this. And these were just scrap pieces that I had. I mean, little tiny square or rectangle scrap pieces that I had. Just offcuts. And, you know, I mean, they weren't really big enough to make a tag or do anything with. So, it's adding texture to your page. Let me add that right there. And like I said, I'm going to do more to these pages, but I'm just trying to give you an idea and quickly go through this stuff. What was that other thing I was going to use? I forgot. Okay, so here I have another frame, and this is old paper that I did not want to use, and I cut out this frame, this smaller frame, and all I'm going to do with this is I am going to just take, actually I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to use, I have this other gold, and the reason I'm doing that is it's not in bad shape, so I can use it. I am just going to take that with my brush, and I'm going to go over this. All right, so let me do that, and then hopefully it'll dry quickly so I can use it without having to use my heat gun. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for just a couple seconds. And then you can see how my area gets so piled up with stuff. Okay, and then I'm just going to take that, let that dry, leave that over. Hopefully that's dry enough. I don't know. I'm going to hit it real quick. Okay, so it's all dry, and then I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to get the right ink out, because this is really bugging me. I don't know where my other ink thing is, so I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to kind of hit that with some vintage photo, just to kind of antique it up a little bit. Okay. Get that in there. So then again, we're going to go ahead and get our trusty glue stick out and get this nice and ready to go down. Get all those edges. Inside in here. All right, so, and obviously I'll put a photo or whatever in there, but well, that did not go down good there. It's curled a little bit from the heat gun. Okay, guys, so there's another one. Okay, so that's another thing we could do. The other one is, let me show you. I'm going to take that just to kind of show you that, okay, here we go. You can take something that has a color in it already, okay, and then put that down there, and it would be really pretty just to do that. You know, I mean, the sky's the limit. You can do any, you know, kind of combination of thing you want to do, but the only other thing I was going to show you too is don't forget to use your little die cuts for like embellishments and things like that. I mean, you can take this and just add something to it, and it would be really pretty on a page. You know, even let's just see some of the ones that we've already done. Okay, let's just say like here, maybe if you wanted to put something down here, you could make it a little tuck. You could add, I mean, there's just a lot of things you can do with that. And, you know, maybe put it in the middle of that. Let's say you want it over here. There's just a lot you can do. Okay, so I want you to think about that. Let me move that aside. I just kind of want to show everybody some of the things that we've done. Okay, so I thought what I would do is come on real quick and show you. I went ahead and worked on these a little more and then did a few more pages. This is the one that we did together, and I just added some trim with that just to kind of make it pop a little. And so you can see that that will be really cool with some tags in it, okay? This is the one, I'm not sure if we did this one together or not. I did this one where this is a larger frame, and then later I'm gonna obviously put something in it, got a few gold flakes in there. And, you know, this is relatively flat, so it's not gonna add a lot of bulk. So, but it has a lot of impact with just a die cut, okay? Here is one. Let me get that card out so I can show you guys. This is just a, this is going to be just a pocket right there, or a tuck. So, and that is just with the die cut and some pink vellum behind it. So, this is just another frame that I did, and on this I did the trim also, and then I did some gilding on that, and I'll probably do another video just to show you how I did that at some point when I do it on something else. But you know, it's the same principle no matter what you do it on, so I probably will show you some of that. And that's what I did on top and the bottom, and then I have the frame, and then this is basically what I was talking about, the gilding and wiping it off and making it look kind of old. So I did that on there, and that's just a die cut. And like I said, that's, you know, I'm probably going to put a picture on there. So this is the one we did together that has the copper and the multicolors. You can barely see the other colors on there. So, but, you know, this is just on a plain piece of paper, and if you put a tag or something in there, then, you know, it could look pretty good. Okay, here's another frame that I did, and this is the one where I did all of the gilding and that type of thing, and I scraped a lot of it off. And anyway, that's, you know, like I said, that's a good way to do it. These are the flowers that we did, and these are just cut out and glued. That's all that was done to this. So, you know, try and think of them in different ways, other than like just a nature journal or something like that. This is the one where this is the die cut, and we made this little pocket, and then we use the actual die cut as a stencil, and we put that on top so it kind of mirrors the two. All right, and these I did a little bit on both sides, so I'm going to show you. I hope this is not glued together. What's going on over here? Oh, I think we're okay. Got a little tiny spot. I can fix that. This is just another frame that I did, and I just used the different color texture paste to kind of give it aged kind of look. And then this is just one of the die cuts that I made just a little pocket or a tuck or whatever out of with the gilding on it. Okay, here is the same die cut that has been embossed, and I just left it white and added a little gold and then put some pink vellum behind it. Y'all saw me do that. On the back, I use the negatives from the die cut to stencil these flowers on here with texture paste. A little piece on there. And, you know, that looks kind of cool, I think. And then I took just a little piece of the lace and gilded it and put that on the bottom so it kind of looked like a little flower box or fence or something. Okay. On this is that same die cut that I used before, but this time I put the gilding on it a little bit, and I think it turned out really cool. And it just, you know, it's going to be. On the other side is the Harlequin die cut, and I just did that to where you can tuck something in there. And all I did is, this is, you know, ugly paper that I probably would end up throwing away, but I went ahead and put some of the copper on it and copper on this page to kind of make it go together. Same thing here. I use the negative of the die cut that I used on this side. This side is the die cut, and I used it here as a stencil, okay, first. And in doing that, what you're doing is you're coating it with whatever, you know, texture paste you're using. So why waste it? And then this is actually lined with actual sari silk underneath it. So you can use it with material too. In fact, I think it's a great way if you want to incorporate different materials and things, you know, because if you just put material on there, most of the time it's very droopy and you can't put anything in there. But if you do something like this, then it gives it some structure. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to show you how they ended up and all the different things that you can do. There's way more, and I'm sorry the video went long, but I had a big list of things and it's kind of hard to get through all of them. But anyway, just realize that, you know, get out your old die cuts and, you know, you can use them in your junk journals because, you know, there's different ways that you can incorporate them in different styles, okay? Take care.